Hey friends, it's Tracy. I am back again with another wreath tutorial of how I put together this country style strawberry wreath. I will just kind of share, some of the things that I do. Now, this wreath is a larger wreath than what I usually use. I made this on an 18-inch wireframe. My favorite is the 14-inch, but I made this a little bit bigger because of the sign. And so let me share exactly what I did. Onto this 18-inch wireframe, what I did is I have some 21-inch burlap, and that burlap is from Hobby Lobby. I'm also using some tan pipe cleaners. And so what I do is I just, secure it on one end and I go across only because when I put a sign on my wreaths, I want it to have a little cushion. And so then I will, where the bars are, that's where I put my poofs or, put my ties. And when I finish this, I'm going to put 8-inch poofs on the inner ring, and then I'll move to the outer ring and put like between 9 and 9.5-inch poofs. Now, this is a faster version only so that I can get through all of the steps in this wreath, but I do have a separate video tutorial in my Wreath Basics playlist that shows this base in slow motion if you would like to see it more in real time and not sped up. I'm also using some 10-inch mesh. All of this mesh came from Hobby Lobby, and I cut it out at 12 inches. And to do my cruffles, I just bend over the end so it prevents the fraying, and then I roll it over 2 times, and then I gather it in the middle to make a cruffle, or kind of like a taco. And then I will decide which mesh I want, into the tie, because I have 16 pipe cleaners, and so I have 4 mesh, so I have 8 of each bundle. I have 2 and then 2, and then later on I will put a green and tan that also came from Hobby Lobby. As I said, this is a faster version of this so that I can get all of the steps done in this wreath, but check the description box if you would like to see a more slower version of how I made this base for this wreath. It turned out so cute, and I like to use the same techniques, and so that's why I refer you to my Wreath Basics playlist if you would like to see a more slower version of an explanation of how I do my wreath bases. These 2.5-inch ribbons are what I'm using. They either came from Hobby Lobby or Walmart, and I cut them each at 13 inches. I dovetail the ends, and I'm using my little tiny attacher, my little stapler, to help me when I make my bundles. Y'all have seen me do this, before, but I'm just kind of showing you real quick here how I make my bundles. Because I was going to have 24 ties or 24 pipe cleaners in this wreath, I made 3 sets of ribbons, and this wreath has a lot of ribbon on this wreath, and it is so full and so pretty, and I love it so much. The window pane ribbon came from a specialty shop. I'm not quite sure. I just had it in my stash. And so sometimes, like that window pane, I do not dovetail. And then also that canvas with the red ticking came from Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section, and I just cut that straight just using my pinking shears. And on 2 of the bundles, I just used the strawberry ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it just turned out perfect. the strawberry sign is one I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and I think these ribbons are perfect for that. And so what I do is, since I have 24 pipe cleaners, what I did is decide which ones I wanted to go in the green mesh. And so then I just alternated each of the other ones. Each wreath maker is different in how they like, what kind of look that they like. So I just like to share just, quickly how I do my wreaths to inspire you, and just kind of share where I get my stuff, so that, if it's someplace that you want to look to see if it's available. But the purpose of my sharing is just to inspire other people to that you can do it yourself, and to use your imagination as to what you can do with your own creativity. And so, sometimes, how I decide on my ribbon is I look at my sign, and kind of what season I am working on kind of depends on what my ribbon choices are. And so, then I just alternate in a, zigzag pattern, just decide where I want to put the ribbons, and then where it looks really nice. I try to make it as even as possible. And so this particular wreath is a larger wreath, and so it has a lot of ribbon on it. Okay, so I'm using a 1.5 inch ribbon. Now this also came from Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section. It is red, and it has red it has polka dots on it. And I cut those out, or actually I measured those out about 24 inches, and then I'm going to just staple it in the middle, and then I just made 2 tails just there with the loop. And I think that just adds just some character. I did that one, and then I also went back with a kind of like a leafy green one that I found at Walmart in the Christmas section. And so when I, even though whatever season it is, if they have cute ribbon that I'm like, oh, I can use that for spring, or I can use that for summer, or I can use that for fall. I don't just specifically purchase a ribbon for just that season, because sometimes they come out with different styles and different colors that we can use for other seasons. Now, one of my country style wreaths would not be complete without some raffia. So in one of the bundles, I just tied some, just some strips of raffia just by putting a knot in the middle, and then securing that in one of the pipe cleaners that didn't have that 1.5 inch ribbon. I have 3 sets of, this bundle for, 24 bundles of ribbon in here, and then I used 2 with the 1.5, and then in the last one I just put this raffia, and I just love the way, this is just really country, and I love it so much. All right, so I'm working on the sign. Now this sign, as I said, came from Hobby Lobby. It's already cute, but I'm gonna, just add kind of my style to it. I'm just using a 1/2 inch flat paintbrush and just going around and just adding a border. I just using some black acrylic paint and just putting some stripes on there. Then I will use the end of a paintbrush and add some red dots in the middle. And then I'm going to doodle it up with some squiggles and my, just using some splatter paint, and also my black Sharpie marker, just to give it a border outline and just really make the sign pop. Now, to attach my sign, what I use are 1-inch cable ties. They are in my Amazon store. The link is in the description box if you're interested. This is how I attach this sign, and how I do it is I just, put pipe cleaners in it, and then I just thread it through the wreath until I get to the wire, and then I attach that pipe cleaner to the wire so that everything is nice and secure. So then here is a comparison of the sign before and then the sign after I got a hold of it and added my special touches to it. So then here is what I use to attach my sign. As I mentioned earlier, I use the 1-inch cable ties and just some pipe cleaners, and then I just secure them. Now on those tablecloth ties, they're already sticky, but I like to reinforce them with some E6000 and hot glue and, to the back of the sign. And so if you're interested, if this is something new to you and you're wondering how you can attach signs or how do people usually attach signs, this is one of the ways and is my favorite. And I just, attach it, and then I ensure that it is secured to the back of my wreath just by threading it through the mesh and just attaching it to the back of the wreath. I'm going to add some greenery and some picks. Now, this greenery came from Hobby Lobby. The white flowers came from Michael's, and the strawberry picks I got from craftoutlet.com. And so I just, snip off some of that, and then I put a steel pick on the end. I do have a video in my Wreath Basics tutorial of my steel picks machine. It's not necessary, but it's just something that I invested in many years ago because I like to put the steel pick on there because I can stick my florals in there and they're secure. All right, here I'm showing you how and what I use to create a hanger for the back of my wreaths. I get that grapevine wire at Hobby Lobby or any of the other craft stores. I'm not quite sure if Walmart has it. And I also have it in my Amazon store anyway. So in a nutshell, this is how I created this larger strawberry wreath. I had shared, a sneak peek of it on my channel as well as my Facebook, but I wanted to put this together because I had the time to do this wreath. And so I hope that you enjoy it. Check out my channel, my playlist for other wreath kind of inspiration, and we will talk to y'all very soon. Thanks for watching. God bless.